Hey guys, here with another video here on a very sad Monday. It's cold out. It's just this team, man. This team, they did it again. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and they lost to the Giants. You lost to the Giants. How? I am baffled. I am so baffled that we lost this game. We did everything right, and we lost. Everything right. We held Saquon Barkley. We made Daniel Jones throw the ball. We limited the Giants' offense, and we still lost. Now, I've seen people on Twitter and on the Ravens subreddit that, this is Harbaugh's fault. This is Roman's fault, which they do get, I feel like, some criticism because they are coming up with the plays. But, when you get a bad snap, that's not the head coach's fault. That's not the coordinator's fault. They're not going to say, they're not going to say, get this bad. Okay, I want you to snap the ball really poorly, and then Lamar, I want you to throw a terrible interception, which, by the way, was the Giants' first interception of the season. Wow, he just chucked it out there, like we saw last year with, especially in the Sunday night game last year against the Browns. Lamar just, Mark Andrews somewhere, just throw it. No, throw it away. I was watching that, I was like, no, don't throw it. And he throws it, I'm like, oh my gosh. He throws it to Ricard, someone on, I don't know who, but Giants player steps in front, picks it off, and they get like a 30-yard return. Sets them up. This sets up the Giants in the red zone. They score a touchdown. And now we're up by only 3 points instead of 10. And then the Ravens are on offense again, and Lamar gets strip sacked, and it's just like, oh my god. From that point, strip sack, I knew we were in deep shit because it keeps happening. How are we letting our opponents come back in the fourth quarter? How does this keep happening week after week after week? This keeps happening over and over and over again. Like, for the past 5 games, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Bills, the Bengals, and now the Giants. We have let them come back. We've let them come back in the fourth quarter. Now, against the Patriots and the Bengals, we won because Mac Jones sucks and Zach Taylor's play calling sucks, and Justin Tucker is very good at kicking the football. And this is inexcusable. I mean, again, at least you could say against the Dolphins and the Bills that, they have really good offenses, which they do. I mean, the Dolphins not really right now because Tua's gone, but looks like he's coming back next week. But the Bills, they're Super Bowl favorites. And we went up toe-to-toe with the Bills, which, especially seeing the Titans and the Steelers games this season, something that every team can't do. And for the Giants, this is inexcusable. The Giants are not as good as the Bills or the Dolphins. This was just, I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. We lost to the Giants, the New York Giants. I hate this. I hate this feeling. The fan base is tearing each other apart. Fire Harbaugh. We need a clean sweep. Get Roman out of here. Get even DaCosta out of here, which he's been with this organization for a very long time. He's the new GM. Yeah, he's been around for a while, but he was under Ozzie Newsome, and Ozzie Newsome was amazing. And Eric has made some good decisions. You know, he's made some good draft picks. You know, and that is not against DaCosta. For the people saying, like, fire EDC, I don't see it. Really, I think he became GM in like 2019. You know, so he's pretty new, but you know, yeah, he's not focusing on wide receivers. Which, speaking of wide receivers, we have a 35-year-old. I think it's Deshaun Jackson. This guy, 35 years old, and apparently he's anti-Semitic. What? Why? Why are we trying out this guy who hates Jews? Are you kidding me? Like, honestly, the huge concern heading into the offseason this year was wide receivers, and it still is a concern. You know, you look at these other teams going out to get that big ticket receiver. The Dolphins go out and get Tyreek Hill. The Raiders go out and get Devontae Adams. You know, the Eagles go out and get A.J. Brown. What do the Ravens do? Pretty much nothing. They didn't draft any receivers in the draft. They went in a free agency, really didn't get any guys. You know, the only one that's worked out is Demarcus Robinson, who was on the Raiders practice squad, and he had that great preseason game against the Commanders, and I think he scored like one touchdown against the Dolphins. He's been okay. Aside from that, which wide receivers are good? Like, Bateman's been out for a couple weeks. Looks like he's coming back this week against the Browns. Devin Duvernay has had a couple of good games. James Prochet has really not even seen the field at all. You know, Lamar Jackson is a generational quarterback. I know the Ravens love the draft, you know, and we've gotten some really great guys from the draft. You know, we drafted Lamar. We drafted Mark Andrews. We drafted, you know, Rashad Bateman. We drafted Odafe Oweh. You know, this season we drafted Wunderbaum, who's doing extremely well. We've drafted Kyle Hamilton, who's been playing decent. You know, and even some of our undrafted guys have done really good. Justin Tucker was an undrafted player, and he's the best kicker ever. You know, Patrick Ricard went undrafted. Josh Bynes was undrafted. You know, even this year with John Ross from Michigan, undrafted. Picked him up, signed him. He made the team. Congratulations. Where are you? It's like, I don't get firing EDC. Harbaugh, again, this always pops up when the Ravens lose, is fire the coaches, terrible, garbage, trash. No, they're not. They're not terrible. Even though I love Harbaugh, I love this man. He's a very good coach. There is a reason he has been in the league for so long, because he is good. He might get playoff success. Oh, the Ravens have only won 2 playoff games in the past 9 years. You know, but look at those teams. You know, Ray Lewis, the GOAT, retired. Ed Reed, the GOAT, retired. Joe Flacco. Turned out we didn't see Cool Joe anymore. We saw Normal Joe. You know, just kind of the meh years. And then 2018, holy shit. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. You know, Lamar Jackson carrying the team on his back in the MVP season in 2019. You know, Harbaugh can do amazing with talent. And he can do meh with meh guys. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. You know, if Brian Daboll takes Daniel Jones to the playoffs, holy shit, dude. Like, oh my God, you took this guy to the playoffs? He should get Coach of the Year. I mean, Brian Daboll has been doing an amazing job. I know I'm sidetracking, but Brian Daboll has been doing great. I mean, they're 5-1. I mean, good job, Giants. You are the worst 5-1 team ever. But they find ways to win, and that's why they're 5-1. The Ravens find ways to lose. That's why they're 3-3. We're not the Lions. We're not the Falcons. They choked 6 games. Yeah, at least we didn't lose a Super Bowl. You know, it's tough. We're in a tough situation, and something has to give. Something has to give. And that person could be Greg Roman. Now, obviously, me and a lot of fans hate Roman. I know. People are like, why do you hate Roman? He's the best offensive coordinator you ever had. Well, he fucking sucks. That's what he is. He's garbage. But he's not terrible. He's not too terrible. You know, he's not Adam Gase, you know, or Joe Judge. You know, he's not the worst thing ever. And Greg Roman can make some great play calling, but he could be the sacrificial lamb. Absolutely. Mike McDonald, first year as defensive coordinator, he is not getting fired. There's a reason he came back to the Ravens. There's a reason the Harbaugh brothers took McDonald to go to Michigan last year, did really good, and they're like, okay, you had your experience, you know what you're doing, come back and join the NFL. And they're doing a great job. Wink Martindale, again, I thought he was a good defensive coordinator. He just had a bad year, and the Ravens were like, no, go, bye-bye. I was surprised that they fired Martindale. I was like, whoa. You know, I thought it was going to be Roman. But, something had to give, and that was Wink. And now Wink's with the Giants, and he's doing extremely well. Good job, Wink. You're making the Giants relevant. But I just don't understand. I just don't understand how this fan base just keeps talking. Like, do I want Roman fired? Yes. Do I want him fired in the middle of the season? No, absolutely not. If he's gone in the off season, hallelujah. If he makes some magical stuff happen for the rest of the season, hallelujah, let's keep him. But there's growing pains as well. Harbaugh said there's growing pains. We have a ton of new guys. We drafted a ton of rookies. Also as well from free agency, we got new guys as well. Marcus Williams, Morgan Moses, Demarcus Robinson, just to name a few. And also the rookies, getting starting jobs like Tyler Lindenbaum and Kyle Hamilton. As well as also as well some guys who have, missed last season, missed the season or a part of the season last year, like Ronnie Stanley, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, even Lamar. And, there's growing pains. I believe the Ravens will do a lot better rest of the year. We're only 6 weeks in. This isn't like week 12. And we're like 6-6. Hopefully we're not 6-6. Hopefully we're not 6-6 in week 12. I don't want to be a mediocre 500 team. We have the talent. We've competed every single game we have played. We have competed. We've gone toe-to-toe with the high-powered offense of Miami. We went toe-to-toe with the Super Bowl favorites of the Bills and Josh Allen. We've competed every single game. It's not like we're getting blown out. It's not like we have, we're not like we're getting points in garbage time. The only game the Ravens have had this year where they didn't allow a team to come back in the fourth quarter was week 1 against the Jets. Yeah, the Jets, who are 4-2. 4-2. That's astounding. That's astounding. Absolutely. And the Jets' only 2 losses is us and the Bengals. And the Bengals aren't even that great. They're not even that great. I'm sorry, Bengals fans. You aren't the shit anymore. That's the New York teams. You know? It's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch this team in the fourth quarter, and it's not going to be okay. It doesn't matter if it's a 21-point lead, a 10-point lead, a 3-point lead, a gajillion-point lead, because the team is going to come back. How does this keep happening? What questions do you have to answer in the organization? How do you allow this to keep happening over and over and over again? Something has to give. Look at the press conferences yesterday. Look how sad all the players are. Marlon Humphrey's always going, whoa, whoa. And the press conference is just doing like this. It's just come in a bad loss. Just kind of, that I hate to see that. Lamar Jackson too. It's just sad. Everyone is sad. And they keep beating themselves. The Giants didn't beat the Ravens. Technically, yes, they did. The Ravens beat themselves. That keeps happening in the fourth quarter. We keep beating ourselves over and over. We keep letting these teams score, and we keep going 3 and out, and we keep putting the defense back on the field when they're tired. This is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. I don't want to I should not be making this video right now. Like, literally. The Ravens have had a lead. The Ravens have not had a lead in a game for 120 seconds. 120 seconds out of the first 6 weeks of games, the Ravens have been trailing for 120 seconds. Now, if you can't do math, that's 2 minutes. Each game is 60 minutes long. 60 times 6 is 360. So you're telling me that for 99% of the game, the Ravens are either tied or winning, and only 2 minutes, less than 1%, 2 whole minutes, we've trailed, and we're 3-3. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. We should easily be 6-0. Easily be 6-0 with the Eagles. The Eagles. And the Eagles are very good. Yes, they had that scary game against the Cardinals last week where they barely won. But still, we could easily be 6-0 or at least 5-1. And we're not. We're not there. It's so frustrating seeing these stats of how good we are, and you look at the fourth quarter and you just see all these terrible stats that happen in the fourth quarter. Who lost us that game against the Giants? I praise Lamar. He doesn't get enough praise from the media. And because every time the Ravens lose, they put Lamar Jackson under the microscope. And that sucks. If Tom Brady loses, oh man, that sucks. Josh Allen loses, wow, he lost, whoa. If Patrick Mahomes loses, like, oh my God, he lost? That's crazy. But if Lamar loses, like, wow, Ravens are just terrible, just garbage. I just don't understand. Lamar, I love Lamar, but I think he cost us that game. He cost us that Giants game. That bad snap, throw it to the sideline. Why are you trying to force it? This isn't last year when there was no one there. When we had no one. Why are you... Okay, at some point, you need to stop playing hero ball, Lamar. Just throw it away. Throw it away. This ain't Madden. This ain't Madden, Lamar. Just throw it away. Throw it to the sideline. Throw it to the Giants side. Throw it to the stands. Throw it to Jimmy in the stands. He wants the football. No, you gotta force it. Don't. Why are you forcing it? And again with the strip sack, it's just like, it's just like, yeah, we got that interception in the end zone, which I was like, oh my God, we got bailed out. But no, pass interference, Giants touchdown. It's like, kill me. Dude, we should not have lost this game. We beat ourselves again for the third time. Hopefully, this Sunday against the Browns, who, by the way, just got blown out by the Patriots with Bailey Zappi. Can we beat the Browns? Like, look at our schedule. Yes, we have a very easy schedule. We still play the Steelers twice, the Browns and the Bengals. You still play the Steelers twice and the Browns twice and the Bengals once. We still have to play the NFC South, which is a really bad division this year. And we still have, like Jacksonville, and, we got the Falcons and the Panthers. If we can't beat the Panthers, I don't even know what to say. They don't even have a head coach. They fired their head coach like last week. I know that game's in like December or something, but if we can't beat the Panthers, there is something seriously wrong with our team. If we can't beat the Falcons, oh my God. This is an embarrassing loss. This really is, because we had it, and we gave it away. This needs to stop happening. I don't know what they're doing. How does this keep happening over and over and over? It makes no sense. I don't understand how it keeps happening, but it does. And it needs to stop. Ravens, please have a comfortable lead and keep it for 15 minutes in the fourth quarter. The number 4 is not scary. It's not going to scare you. I hate this. I really hate making this video, but it's like there's like no answers. It's just a bunch of we gotta do better, and they're not showing it in the fourth quarter. We can have a good game of 3 quarters, but when that fourth quarter shows up, it's like last year's Ravens come in and blow it. We have the talent. We didn't really have it last year, but we have it now, and we're not using it in the fourth quarter. Where was the run game in the fourth quarter? Kenyon Drake was doing amazing. J.K. Dobbins was nowhere. Where is he? Our wide receivers are very questionable. The Ravens need to go out there and make a move. Please get OBJ. He's clearly interested of going somewhere else. Oh, maybe I'll go to the Giants or the Bills. Come to us. We have Lamar. Eric, trade a first-round pick. I don't care. You can trade a first-round pick or even like 2 second-round picks. But we got to make a move before the trade deadline. I don't want this anti-Semitic 35 old-ass man as one of our wide receivers. What is he going to do? Honestly, what is he going to do? That Rashad Bateman or James Prochet can't. They're not anti-Semitic. Hopefully they're not. It's like, what is this guy going to do? Go out and make a move like Marcus Peters back in 2019. I love Peters. He is the definition of a Raven. He is that guy. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. Please extend Peters. He is a Raven through and through. Please go out and make a move. If there's one thing I want the Ravens to do, it's to go out there, look at this good and young wide receiver and go, let's throw our hat into the ring and get this man to Baltimore. Can you do that for me? Also, as well, win in the fourth quarter. That's where you win the game. You don't win the game in the first quarter. You don't win the game in the second quarter. You don't even win it in the third quarter. Unless you're winning by like 30 points. Like the Bills last week. You win in the fourth quarter where it matters, and we are not getting it done. Get it done ASAP. I don't want to make this video again with the Browns next week, because then I'll even be more upset. And the fan base is going to be in even more shambles. Go out. I love OBJ. Go get him. You can do it. Go get him.